Good morning, students. This is MSc Physics 4th semester online lecture series for the subject Experimental Techniques in Physics, which has code PHUT 243. In previous lecture, we have seen that the production of X-rays, its types of X-rays like continuous X-rays and characteristic X-rays, XRD, that is X-ray diffraction, and the most important law, which is Bragg's law. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the different methods which occurred in X-ray diffraction. Okay? So the diffraction or X-ray diffraction is occurred only when the Bragg's condition is satisfied. So we have stated that the Bragg's condition or the Bragg's law is 2D sin theta is equal to n lambda. With this law, we concluded that the X-ray diffraction is occurred only when this law, or you can say the Bragg's law of condition is satisfied. Okay? What does that mean? That means the Bragg's law includes the d, theta and lambda. D represents for interplanar distance, which is in between two crystal plates, and theta is what? It is diffracted or diffraction angle. Diffraction theta is diffraction angle, and lambda, we all know that lambda is what? Wavelength of that X-ray. Wavelength of X-ray. Okay, when these three variables satisfy this equation, that will give us the diffraction pattern of the diffraction condition for X-rays. Okay, and so depending upon values of lambda and theta, because the interplanar distance is different for different crystal planes, right? If you take the crystals of nickel or copper or silicon, it has a different interplanar distance which is fixed for every material. Okay, so we are left only with the theta and lambda. The n is an integer. We can take any plane values for n. Okay, so mostly depending upon the values of lambda and theta, we have different diffraction methods. Okay, which are depend on lambda and theta. Here we can see that the method. So first method is on Laue method. In Laue method, the wavelength of the lambda is varying and theta is fixed. Okay, for particular angle we do that. The Laue method is similar. Second one is rotating crystal. rotating crystal method. In this method, we kept lambda fixed and varied theta. Vary this theta in parts. Okay, theta in particular parts. And the third method is powder method, or can say it as Devers-Sherrod method. In this method, lambda is a fixed one. Lambda is fixed and theta is varied. Okay. So next consequent lectures we will study these three methods for X-ray diffraction. So first we start with the X-ray diffraction for Lavie method. Okay. So first method is what? Lavie method. Okay. You have seen that from the table that in Lavie method, wavelength of X-ray is and angle theta is fixed. Okay. Now, Lavie method has two steps. Okay. First step, it includes Lavie method includes source for X-ray and the crystal or the single crystal. You know the difference between crystal and single crystal. You have studied in solids physics. Single crystal, and the third one is film, which is also known as photographic film. Okay. When the X-ray is incident on photographic film, it will illuminate. Okay. So if we use X-ray source and incident it on a single crystal, okay, the X-rays are interacting with atoms or the different planes inside the crystals, and it diffracted in all directions. We use a photographic film to record these diffracted rays. Okay, so after passing through the crystal, the X-rays are get diffracted and interact with this photographic film. Okay. Next one is when we put X-ray source single crystal. This is film. Next one, in next method or the next condition, we directly incident pass the film. This X-ray film is interacted with the single crystal. Okay, it is get reflected back onto the film or the film. Okay, so this figure is called figure A for transmission Lowey method, and this method or this arrangement is called the back reflection Lowey method. Okay, these are two arrangements which we used or we studied in Lowey method. Okay, in Lowey method we fix the theta. That means the interaction between X-ray beam and the crystal, X-ray beam and the crystal is fixed. Okay, so the diffraction angle is fixed. Okay, so only we changes the position of crystal and the films. Okay, so let's see in first case. In first case, we have put X-ray source, single crystal and film in the series or the arrangements shown in figure. So here, when X-ray beam is interacting with X-ray crystals and the X-ray crystals in solid state physics, we have studied that the crystal has different number of planes, and for each plane there are periodic arrangement of atoms. These atoms, due to these atoms, the X-ray instead of it get diffracted, and each plane, at every and each plane, there is a diffraction, and this diffraction diffracted the X-ray beam in all direction, and this diffracted X-ray beam we focused on this film, photographic film. And when these diffracted X-rays are interacting with the photographic film, it gets illuminated and creates the pattern which X-ray crystals include in their planes. Okay, similar case happens over here. Only the thing is that the X-ray source the X-ray source incident from crystal through the film with has some small region so that the X-ray beam can pass easily without impacting on the film directly, and after interacting with the different planes inside this crystal, the X-rays are get back reflected, and also these back reflected rays are collected on photographic film and creates a particular pattern. Okay, so this pattern depends on the type of crystal we have used for this experiment. So with the transmission Lowey method and back reflection Lowey method, there are some conclusions over here. When the diffracted rays from the different planes has different wavelengths. Okay, so these wavelengths are depend upon the different planes included inside the crystal. Okay, so this is all about the Lowey method. And today we will stop over here. In next lecture we will study about the rotating crystal method. Thank you.